Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to do a quick little intro into Study Unit 1, just to get you going. Now, right, Study Unit 1 is actually quite a nice, easy section, mostly. The reason being that the first kind of 3 or 4 concepts are all concepts that you covered in the previous study unit called FAC, or previous module called FAC1502. So let's quickly run through. We are looking at an introduction to the preparation of financial statements. We should all know that financial statements are your financial reports that you get at the end of the year from any companies that you invest in, right? So there would be a statement of profit and loss. We used to call that an income statement. We'll get a statement of financial position. We used to call that a balance sheet. Then there's a cash flow statement, statements of changes in equity, and all the notes that are attached to that set of financial statements. Now that all comes together in a nice big pack, and that is prepared by the directors of the company, and the company will generally be audited or reviewed by an independent party, and then the financial statements are given out to the users, most notably investors and lenders. Yes, there's other users. There are SARS, the South African tax authorities. There can be labor unions. There's a whole bunch of other users, but primarily we're going to look at investors and lenders, your banks or other people who loan you, the company, money. So this introduction chapter, not heavily examined, right? This is quite theoretical. The one part that will be in the exam for a few marks is the section that doesn't fit in so well, the financial instruments. But let's quickly have a look. We're going to look at a couple of key concepts within the learning outcomes. 1.1 is just an introduction. What is important for your greater accounting studies is the conceptual framework for financial reporting. We're going to spend some time on that. That one is very important. Here, International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS. The most important thing here is just to define it so you know what we are dealing with, right? Again, not examinable, okay? But it will give you a background for the rest of your studies. Presentation of financial statements, IS1. What is going to be very important coming out of here is your layout, right? Then we move on to a whole new section now that you haven't covered before, and to be honest, I would have done in a separate study unit, but it's here, right? And that is financial instruments. Financial instruments are anything like your loan receivable payable. So there's a contract where one party owes the other party money. That's the most basic financial instruments. Or if you own shares in a company as an investment, right? You go and you buy shares in Anglo American. That is a financial asset to you, which is part of financial instruments. We were going to work on the basics there. We're going to get down to some accounting journals, very important. Then the rest here is just a bit of a note on practical application of IS1, and I want you to work through the exercise and solutions, both in the actual study guide and the additional ones I'm going to give you. So what I need you to know is 1.1 to 1.4, they were all covered within FAC1502 and our revision here. What I do need you to focus on out of those is the conceptual framework, most importantly, the definition of elements, assets, liabilities. Then what will be in the exam is quite a bit on financial instruments. Okay, so let's get cracking. Please make sure you download the notes before you proceed with the videos in the online classroom. Thank you guys. Talk again shortly.